Good morning, everyone. So I was going to start making videos about Pink Floyd about 2 weeks ago, as I decided to run down their entire catalog from start to finish. But before I was going to start to do it, I decided to see if there was any biographies available about the band, so maybe I could get some better perspective and insight on the albums as I was listening to it. I listened to their first five before going into the book that I found, but I wanted to kind of do it in order with going along listening with the book. So I found this book called Comfortably Numb, and I've been kind of reading it down and learning more about Pink Floyd as I go. And it's really interesting because when I had listened to the first five albums prior to reading the book and getting any context about what life was like for them during that time when they first started, it kind of validated my thoughts a little bit, I guess, because when I'm listening to the first five albums of theirs, I gotta admit, I don't love them. There's moments of genius in the first five albums, and there's definitely songs, but as like full bodies of work, each one of them, there's a lot of like meandering, like soundscaping and noodling and just kind of off the wall shit. And it kind of makes sense when you read the book and listening or hear about what was going on in their lives at the time. First of all, Syd Barrett had gotten super heavily into LSD in '67, and like right around the Piper at the Gates of Dawn time and shortly after, just kind of declined mentally into drug use and paranoia, and which we would later find out, schizophrenia would become part of his life. But from like 67 to 68, it was such a weird time for the band because Barrett was in and out of the band, showing up for some gigs, not showing up for others. They had hired David Gilmour to become part of the band in 68, so the next album was weird because they didn't know if Barrett was on all of it, if he wasn't going to be on some of it. So like, I think the band was just confused, maybe uncomfortable even during the recording section or recording sessions. So I don't know, it's funny to kind of hear those albums and then hear the context stories about what was going on in their lives. But I would say that their first five albums, to me, kind of serve as almost like artist development. It kind of, as much as like I don't think I would like pop a full one of those albums on in the car and just ride out and listen to them, there was moments of genius in them, and I think it would set the stage for what's to come for Pink Floyd, like their real formative years of making just brilliant music. And I think a lot of it was the experimentation with different recording techniques and programs and different machines that they were using, stuff that they would draw these crazy sounds out of, playing with the speakers, going back and forth. All this kind of stuff would serve them eventually. I think it set the stage for what they were doing. It was really interesting to find out that they were like doing R&B covers before they started recording music, because people said that they would like start with like a Louie Louie or something like that, but it would sound so unrecognizable to the regular song because they would go off on these like, 10-minute instrumental breaks and shit like that. So I don't know, it's just really interesting. I'm having a great time doing it. I definitely still enjoyed listening to these first five albums, but and I actually have to say too, in the first five albums, two of them served as movie scores, I believe. So I guess I can give them a little break on that too, because they were trying to do stuff that would serve a movie plot or whatever. So for me personally, I don't think they really get into like their best type of work until they get to the Metal, which would be their 6th album. I think it should actually just call it Metal, not The Metal. But that album, man, I'm going to talk more in deep detail about that album soon. But I just wanted to make my first little part of this video, you know, to get things moving. I'm going to post them on Instagram and on my new YouTube channel. So, you know, you can like and subscribe to that. This will probably be the first and last time I say like and subscribe, because I hate all that shit when I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm not like, this is not the purpose of me doing this, is just because I'm a nerd and I love music. I'm a working man. I make my money elsewhere. So if people like and subscribe to this video, is great. And if they don't, that's great too. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will be back with plenty more parts on Pink Floyd. And, you know, just to give a little bit of context onto what's to come for this channel, besides doing this Pink Floyd thing, my taste in music is all over the map. So I'm thinking after I get done with the Pink Floyd thing, my next big video segment is going to be the year that the record label TDE had in 2024. That's Top Dog Entertainment. If you're not familiar with it, it's Kendrick Lamar's former label, and hosts all of my current favorite artists basically right now. So yeah, that's just give you a little taste on how the spectrum of range in my musical tastes. So that's all I got for you today. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to be back on here with more Pink Floyd stuff very soon. Peace.